Good morning, IDS 302, Summer Session B. I'm Michael Fair. Um, it is, what is it, Tuesday, June 29th, approximately 7:23 a.m. And welcome to the semester, welcome to the class. I do my videos live during the semester. I don't recycle old videos. So whatever's going on is going on. Good to have you here. It's like I can't. The summer goes so fast. I mean, I just did this session A, so I'm just kind of a little off balance here. But I'm coming to you live, actually recorded from Phoenix, Arizona, the Ahwatukee neighborhood. Again, my name is Michael Fair. I've been teaching at ASU only for 5 years. I didn't get my undergrad degree in interdisciplinary studies until 2013, right before I turned 55. I got my degree in IDS. I was a graduate of the year for the College of Letters and Sciences. I was the academic of the year in African American studies. My concentrations were African American studies and human rights. Um, I then did a circuitous route to the East Coast and back, kind of like a gap year. And I did my master's, ended up doing my master's degree in interdisciplinary studies at ASU West Campus, where my focus was a lot of ideology, video production, things like that. Um, and frankly, it's a tough field, isn't it? It's tough to grasp it. It's like grasping water. Hopefully, by the end of this course, you'll have a much better grasp on it because I struggle with it. But I think after doing this 5 years, evolving better, this course, your course will be better than session A, which was better than spring B, and so on and so forth. I'm always trying to evolve to make it better. Now, we're up against some things here. What I consider to be three main obstacles of teaching IDS 302, and that is your interdisciplinary students. You come from all kinds of interests, passions, backgrounds. You could be studying, I've had students doing geology, business, of course, communication, of course. I've had dance, I've had photography, everybody comes with different um, academic foci. And I like to make everybody welcome to use their talents and their skills and their passions, which is a challenge though, right? Because it's not like I'm teaching everybody, okay, open your books to page 64. We're going to do these equations. It's not like that. So that's one thing. The second thing is that, come on, remember now, the second thing. Second thing, I'll call it, is the short amount of time we have. Oh yeah, I know what the third thing is. We have about what 42 days, so that's 6 weeks to do a course that is pretty intensive. I think I've improved it enough to make it doable. I don't want you to come in here and go, holy God, look at all the stuff he's throwing at us. I'm so intimidated. Now, you will be intimidated, but after you figure it out, you won't be. I'll never be able to do this. I'm going to come out of this just a wreck. No, I want you to get something out of it. What do I want you to get out of it? I'd like you to be better consumers of knowledge, first of all. I'd like you to know what it means to be integrative and interdisciplinary, and we'll get there. Um, Module one's only 5 days. Okay. Module two, three, four, and five are a week. I wanted to get us to that Sunday night end of the module, and then we'll do week. And then module six, the last week, happens to drag on a little bit. Course ends on a Tuesday or something, so it's 9 days. A little bit about myself. Like I said, I came to education academics late in life, but it makes me kind of a professor of practice. If you know what that is, I've done everything. I mean, one of the things I pride myself on is being able to relate to my students at some level somewhere. Okay, I mean, to go back way back, yes, I was a blue collar worker, restaurant worker, farm worker. tractor driver, truck driver, restaurant cook, going into then management teams, middle management, upper management, entrepreneurship, business, um, artist. I've sold my art. I've sold my reporting. I have made a movie. I have uh, written stories. So, as far as humanities, artistry, artistry, yes, I got you covered. I know the feeling of selling my work, even though I never did my work to sell it. Um, I have done on the business side, the practical scientific side. I've been in law enforcement. I was a sergeant for Milwaukee County. I worked here in the infamous Tent City Jail that Sheriff Joe had back in the late 90s, early 2000s. No, I was only here for 97 for a little while. Um, Technology, I'm technology reseller, middleman, or for companies like Insight, Microage. I'm still with a company as a outside rep that I just have one account, one client that's been buying from me since 1997. It doesn't interfere with this job. It's kind of like, what do they call that when you're just money comes in from your investments? But this is, I do sell to them, and I've never been there. And they used to buy about $3 million a year, $2 million a year. Now it's a lot less. Um, but I've been a senior account manager in sales. Like I said, I've been in management. I know what it means to work on commission. Uh, know what it means to manage people. I know what it means to be using your passion to accomplish things. I'm also a single parent. I raised my two sons myself for 16 years. Um, During the time I went to school, held my jobs. At one point, I was doing my master's. I think I was driving Uber, driving Lyft, substitute teacher for high school, doing my tech job. Now, when I got out of my master's, I got hired as an adjunct. So I was doing all five of those. And then I got in full time. So I still do a couple of them. You do what you got to do. It's nothing special, I mean, but I'm a single parent. I know the challenges of that. My two sons, one who's going to be sleeping, well, until Germany plays England. He's got to get up for that. He is at Barrett Honors College at ASU in history, history and philosophy. My oldest son is a journalism graduate from Cronkite, and he lives in Scottsdale and works for a couple of places, does freelance writing for websites and things. It's kind of hilarious because I'm interdisciplinary studies. My young son is history, and my oldest son is journalism. Let's just say that all three of us didn't choose our fields for the money. Okay, so obviously, um, but that's okay. I think that's kind of what I showed them over the years, and so that's any other questions. Like I said, I can relate. I love to relate to my students in some way, but so be it. Okay, these first videos are weird because I kind of got to really set the table here. Easter eggs, just so you know, I'll be saying during these videos, in the first third, I'll probably say Easter egg number one is X, I'll say something. Middle, I'll say Easter egg number two, and at the end, I'll say Easter egg number three. Sometimes I forget Easter egg number three, so be sure to read the announcement this comes out on, because I may be asking you, instead of Easter egg number three, tell me what I was talking about at 18 minutes, something like that. I try to keep these videos 20 minutes, might be longer a little bit, but I used to be a half hour, cut them way back. I do 2 a week for this class because of the challenge that this presents. By the way, did I ever give you that third challenge? Number one was interdisciplinary is so variable in terms of focus. Number two is the length of time we have. And number three, we're going to be doing actual research, university level research. This is the huge challenge because, frankly, I don't expect any of you to have done it before. Okay, I hardly have ever done it. And to do it in 6 weeks is like a joke, but we're going to do it. I found a way to hack research. And what's the difference in research? You're going to learn about that, but essentially it's this. I could sit here and go, hey, I'm going to research a trip to Europe. Oh, I'm going to research a new car, something like that. Yeah, we call it research. That's absolutely fine. And then you go to high school and you say, teacher says, do a research paper on the Titanic. And so you go out there and you go looking for sources and everything, and you find out that about the strength of steel and about shipping lanes and about icebergs and about people and all this, the history of it. You put it together and you go, here's my research paper on the Titanic. Well, if you did that in university, they'd say, no, this isn't research. All this is a compilation of facts for your self enrichment. Not to be mean, but if you ever go on a campus at any university, a research university, you'll see the biology research building, the astrophysics research building, this. What builds those buildings is not compilation of existing data and facts and a compilation and a regurgitation and a self enrichment. It is because they've discovered. So the key component of research at this level is you're adding something to the field that you're in. It could be a eyedropper in the Pacific Ocean, but you added something and that checks that box that you did more than compile data. You are tasked with discovery, adding something. Now, there's two ways you can do that. Number one is by getting new data. Okay. I hate this lighting, by the way. One is new data, and the other, and discover something out of new data, you analyze and everything. The second way is that you take existing data, you discover something new from that data. We're going to be doing the first, not the second, because it's too hard for undergraduate students to go and get data and discover something from it. No, you're going to get your own data, and I'll explain that. You know, you'll be going down to a pond with a net and digging up pond scum, and no, you're not going to do that. But it's kind of funny to think that. Anyways, so we'll get into that later. Yeah, what else? Let's see. I drive a 2019 Jeep Rubicon. It's the best relationship I've ever been in my life. And I've been a digital nomad. I was a digital nomad for a couple of years before the pandemic. I was living the dream. I worked across Europe. Some of my students would get these videos from Rome or Naples, or I was in Paris and all over the place. I loved it. My son was living in a dorm at ASU, so I was living the dream. Then this pandemic hit, sucked. I had to come back. I did like to come back to Phoenix, and I taught in the classroom every spring, except last spring, of course, and we quit in the middle of the spring before that. So now I'm back ensconced with furniture. Uh, Pandemic sucked. I know it is for everybody. We all had different challenges through that. Okay, we learned a lot though, I think, and I didn't plan on going out this way, so trying to make things happen again. By the way, I'll be flying out of town. I'm leaving on Sunday to go to Milwaukee, where I'm from. Gonna hang out with some friends, do some golfing, enjoy the weather, et cetera, et cetera. Videos will be coming from there. Actually, I'm gonna do a second video of this on probably Friday. I think I have it scheduled for. And let's see, that would be Friday. I got Thursday, so we'll check it out because it's a short week. It's a holiday too, granted. All right, so let's do Easter egg number one before you say, like, this guy doesn't do anything. He's not saying anything. I'm going to go all down here. Easter egg number one, it's going to be pretty simple. Don't procrastinate. Okay? It gets more students in trouble, procrastinating, because you lose points, number one, from turning stuff in late, and it really hurts you down the road. Okay? I mean, the course is pretty straightforward. Okay? Late penalties for the main papers. There's 5 main papers. I really cut back on that. I'm only doing 5% late per day for up to 5 days. That gives people a breathing room. Don't turn in garbage on Sunday night if you could do a lot better by Monday night and lose 5% or 10% on Tuesday. So you can still get 90 out of 100, right? So think it through. Also, keep in touch with me then. Tell me what's going on. I try to be flexible, reasonably flexible, okay? And I'm happy to be reasonably flexible because I'd rather have you get something out of this course than the fact that, oh, I need to be on time for everything. No, sometimes you don't, okay? Sometimes, shit happens, right? So just keep me posted on that. Let's see here. It's pretty straightforward. Everything else in the course, every other assignment, 10% per day, up to 5 days. Papers are 5% per day. Late videos, the Easter eggs, you can turn them in. They'll be worth 5 points straight through for 5 days. After that, forget about it, okay? This isn't meant to confuse you. Go through the syllabus. Again, email me any questions you have. I think you're going to freak out, to be honest with you. You're going to say, my God, this guy sits by his computer all day long. I don't, but I kind of do. But I like keeping an open, empty email inbox. I will respond to you so fast, you're going to think that you got a response back that says the email didn't go through. I don't want to show off like that, but a lot of you that have had me before know that. I try to do the best I can. Yes, sometimes delay. I'm going to be on a plane all day on Sunday. I'm going to, I have this, that. I'll be golfing next week. So, but I'm just saying, realistically, I try to get back to you. If you see something wrong with your score, if you want to push back, if you didn't see me score anything, you let me know. You send me emails. You don't call me, you don't text me, send me emails. If you want to call me, then we'll set up a meeting. I'm happy to do that. We can do Zoom, we can do phone, whatever. Okay, so make sure you stay on the deadlines. All right, I'm gonna skip down to the second. I'm not gonna do some of these things that I was gonna do because of time. We're in 15 minutes already. Uh, so let's do Easter egg number 2 right away. Easter egg number 2 is contact your instructor. Okay, that's me. Contact me. You can call me Professor Fair. I'm a professor of practice, not a tenured professor. You can call me Mr. Fair. It's fine. I'm more than happy for you to call me Michael, but I prefer that after the course is over. It's kind of weird, anyways, but it keeps us in our right position. I have certain responsibilities and integrity to uphold, as do you. Okay. All right. So, module 1, right out of the gate with the holiday weekend. I know we don't care. It's a holiday. You're going to work. With the module 1, people are already doing work. So that's why I'm going to get this out a day early. Some people like to start and whatever. So you want to just go through it. Okay. You do the academic integrity agreement that allows you to keep moving on. You look at the learning materials. There are things I'm going to talk about in the next video. This module is reading intensive. They're not all like this, but I want to get you back in line with interdisciplinary studies to talk about it. So the disciplinary pyramid is there, the diagram. The disciplinary approaches diagram is there. Okay. There is a page about ethics and research I'd like you to read because it's going to give you some idea to start about parameters of research and what is allowed when. Okay. You can't always research anything anytime. I found that out incorrectly when I think I took this class for my 401. I wasn't introduced to ethics yet. And I was planning for a spring semester and I started doing my research in December. And it was on human rights and refugee community. And I just went out to the refugee. I was working with refugees. I've been a mentor and instructor with them before I was at ASU and back from 2010 and on. I also, by the way, went to Ghana. That's where I got that in West Africa, and let's see, some of those photos and artwork. That's mine. And I flew to Ghana and West Africa in 2007 with Stevie Wonder. That doesn't impress anybody anymore. And I did photojournalism for their 50th independence. I've done photojournalism in the Dominican Republic, border of Haiti and the DR. I've done upcountry Jamaica, and I worked with Bono's One.org on the 360 tour when they were here. I also worked with Amnesty International in their local Palooza concerts, things like that, letter writing campaigns. I worked on the Diwali festival here in town, and I was the featured artist in 2 consecutive Juneteenth Day celebrations back in the early 2010s, which is so good to see that that was made a federal holiday now. I've been aware and following that for decades, but I get off on these tangents, don't I? I just start talking. Um, this is my own. Okay, so let's go to. Okay, again, the module 1, learning materials. Then there's some readings. Read the 1 page by Meath. Meath, I could show you. It's right. Those are my record albums. Down there somewhere is the textbook I used to use in this course when I first inherited it. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's just it blows my mind up. All right, I'm not trying to teach you every form of research. It's just oh, don't get me started. You already did. We're trying to do integrative research here. What you're going to find out from me if you didn't have me in 301, or if you did, you're going to remember this. IDS equals integration. I'm going to use that probably as an Easter egg a dozen times. IDS equals integration. Interdisciplinary studies equals integration. Interdisciplinary studies is the field. Integration is the process. Okay, we'll get a lot more into that. So read about Meath, because a great thing that I copied out of there was what research is and what it isn't. Got to see that. Okay, the nature of research is the one I'm talking about by Leedy. Meath is the one that is it's going to talk about um, intradisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary. You need to know those. You need to know those concepts for the quiz. Okay, maybe quiz two, probably quiz one. Short piece on thinking and writing like an interdisciplinarian by one of our principal lecturers, Dr. Brian McCormick, and then looking at Alan Repko's key characteristics of interdisciplinary research and writing. It's just a general website from a master's program. But because this course is founded in a Literacy L course, I need you to, like coffee spill, I need you to consider your writing abilities too and your formatting abilities. We'll get into that though. I can be very forgiving, but you're going to do it right. Damn it. Okay, for the text, read the introduction. The text, it's so good. It's so good. This Tanner, you can see that I use it a lot. I mean, it's highlight. It's great. They're coming out. He's coming out with a new edition in the fall, I think. But we'll go for this one. There is an ebook. If you want to buy it, there's a link in the syllabus. The ebook is the same as this. Okay, or there's the regular book. Read introduction, chapter 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's 22, 33, 39 pages. Nature research is 7. That's 46. The other ones are 47, 48, 49. So basically, you got about 50 pages to read. It's not the end of the world. Okay, you're in college now. Come on, grow up. Joking. Okay, so you got syllabus quiz. Okay, piece of cake. You're gonna do that. Discussion board. We got entry already. Pretty self-explanatory. And then we have, and I'm on 22 minutes. This is probably the longest video you're going to have. And then we got video 2, which I'm going to talk a lot more about the conceptual things, IDS, what we're doing. Okay, the Tanner model. That's what we're going to be doing. It's so exciting. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's Tanner's model. Tanner's this guy that wrote this. Integrative studies were interdisciplinary, but integration is how it's done. It's so cool. We're going to see integration happen. Then you got the IRB ethics info, and then you got your research topic, an assignment on a Word doc. You get a choice of topics. Just read that. It's very important because it's going to be the direction you go the rest of the way. And then you got quiz number 1. I think that is it. Yes, that's it. So the video 2, I'm going to talk to you about what we're going to do in this class. Do not assume anything. Be careful. Assumptions will crush you in this class. I hate to say it. I do have staggering due dates for everything. Why is that? It's because of what George Carlin said once, the famous comedian. He said, Mother Nature, I'll call it what you want, created time so that everything doesn't happen at once, right? So what we have now is chronological. So I'm showing you that if I have everything due on Sunday, everything due on Saturday, some students on eval, why is everything due on Sunday? Because you don't know what to do first. You don't know what to do second. You're just going to do the easy ones first and the hard one at the end. There is a specific reason for the chronological order of this. I try to pack it towards the end of the week when we get to that 7-day week, but I still don't want you to procrastinate and let things go. Stay in touch with me. It's really good to meet you. Actually, this class is kind of small. We have gotten up to 16. It was set up for 27. I appreciate all 16 of you because when it gets under 22, I get paid piecemeal. I get paid by the part. You're the parts. So I appreciate all 22 of you. I want you to succeed. I find these summer students are much more dedicated or inspired or invested in what's going on. I recognize some names of students that I've had in the past. Looking forward to reconnecting there and seeing what you got in 302. So let's do this, huh? So Easter egg number 3 then can only be one thing, right? Forks up. Okay, that's it. Peace. Talk to you Thursday.